To Happy Valley we go, gentlemen. We have number 6 Oregon on the road in Happy Valley for the whiteout against number 3 Penn State. Penn State laying a field goal and a half here. We love to see the hook over under 51 and a half. This feels like the first test we're really going to get for these teams. You got Penn State. This stat just, complements everything we already know about James Franklin. 0-5 straight up, 0-5 against the spread. The past 5 games versus AP top 6 teams. Now, we got to think back to what Oregon's done last year when they went undefeated against Penn State and Ohio State as well. So interesting that they're getting 3.5 here. Tom, are you interested on the Oregon side?
No, I like Penn State in this spot. I took them early on the money line at -150. I typically don't do that, but I think Penn State wins. There was a couple of threes for a little bit during the week. I liked it a little bit, more there, obviously. But here's what I'm going to say. In the summer, this line was 6.5. Okay. What's changed? Are we surprised that Oregon went out and blasted Oklahoma State, who fired their coach, Oregon State, who might be the worst team in the country? I just don't know what's changed. Dante Moore is going to be making his first start in a real tough environment at night at Penn State. To me, it's about Penn State having the more experienced team with guys coming back, their first big game of the season at home. I think they get it done. Now, I won't be surprised if Oregon doesn't lose another game the rest of the season. I think they could win the national championship. But this spot right here, I'm going to back James Franklin one more time. He gets it one more time. If he can't win this game with the horses that he has, I'm out.
I know. That's what they say. This is the year. If not now, then when? Mike, I know this isn't a game you're putting, the whole mortgage on here, but if you were to lean aside, which way would you be going?
Yeah, I'll lean with the home team in the great environment. I think Oregon's walking into a very, very difficult setup. And I think that it comes down to schedule, right? Like, this is a game that Oregon can lose and nothing changes, right? They take care of business every other game. They're fine. They're in the college football playoff. Everything is great for them. So, like Tom, I probably said it last year one more time with James Franklin, and I'll say it again here, and I'll probably say it again next year. But if I had to play it, it would be one more time with Penn State. It's just, I make them close, and I think the home field advantage is ultimately what puts it over the edge here.
That's fair. I will say the 3.5 instead of the 3 makes this pretty enticing to me. Emory, do you agree here? Do you like Oregon against the spread, or even maybe just straight up?
Love Oregon, money line and also against the spread, whichever one you choose. The reason why I called Villanova Monmouth last week, and so in prep for that game, usually I'll throw away the game that a FCS team will play, a FBS team. But as I'm studying, I just want to see how their running back Villanova did against Penn State. But I'm watching the game and I'm like, yo, this game was tight right before half. A missed field goal, and then Penn State scores, and it changed the complexity of the game going in. The cornerback for one particular cornerback for Villanova dropped 2 interceptions, like where they had to review it and overturn it. So this team, and you talked about, Tom, how Oregon blew out those bad teams. Penn State hasn't really done that, even though the score looks like that versus Villanova, even though they covered. Shout out to the Wildcats, but I feel like Oregon is playing better. They have a better quarterback this year in Dante Moore, more so than they had last year in Dylan Gabriel. And I just feel like they'll meet the moment more so than Penn State in this ball game. And this is an issue that has plagued Penn State, because we talked about earlier in the show, the quarterbacks that kind of you have concerns about. This is one of those games. I have no concerns about Dante Moore playing above the X's and O's. I do about Drew Allen.
I'm kind of with you here. I don't want to give James Franklin another chance. I know that Oregon's shown up for the big moments before. We saw it in the Big Ten championship. We saw it against Ohio State. The fact that I'm getting 3.5, I like that too. And then bang, they literally have not covered a spread versus an AP top 6 team in years, plural. So with that said, I like the spread. I honestly think you could go first half spread, even like an Oregon money line in the first half. I wouldn't hate an Oregon potential team total over in the first half. Penn State just has trouble with these types of games early on. So I'm with you. I think if it was a shorter spread, I'd feel differently. This is, again, not one of my favorite bets of the day, but I do think that is a pretty solid number to rock with. Plus 140 for those keeping track at home. If you want to hit the money line there,